Today for you, I'm going to make a very simple dish again. And this again takes ingredients that you already have in your pantry, in your freezer. Easy to make, under 30 minutes. So we're going to make a potato and green beans dish. Uh, this is very delicious. It's so easy. The spices are mild. There's not too many spices, very simple spices, and it comes together really quickly. So come along and see how we make our potato and green bean sabji. To make our green beans and potato sabji, today I'm using 4 potatoes and about 2 cups of frozen green beans. You can vary this quantity as much as you want. You can use less potatoes and more green beans, or less green beans and more potatoes. It totally depends on you, on how you want to customize it. So it's I'm using about 4 potatoes because I like a little bit potato heavy dish. So I'm using 4 potatoes and then 2 cups of frozen green beans. Of course, if you have fresh green beans, that's perfect. But frozen green beans are really good and they're very convenient. So today I'm using frozen green beans, and all I'm gonna do is cut these into about 1-inch pieces. Now when they're frozen, you can just cut them by hand. You can just kind of snap them, and it's easy to cut. But you can also use a knife, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut these into 1-inch pieces, and then cut these into bite-sized pieces, and then I'll show you the next step. So this is a super easy dish to make. In terms of spices, it's very light in spices. There's nothing unusual that it needs. So pretty easy to make. You pretty much have all the spices in your spice container. So in this pan, I have 1 tablespoon of just regular canola oil heating up. And to this, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ajwain. The oil is hot, we tested it. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the potatoes. And this is the size of potatoes I want. Okay, I'm gonna let the potatoes cook about halfway, and then I'll add my green beans. Because these are frozen, they don't take as long to cook as the fresh one, because usually when the green beans are frozen, they blanch it. So it doesn't take that long. If you're using fresh green beans, then you want to add them after the potatoes have cooked for about like quarter of the way. So this will cook about 10 minutes, and then I'll add the green beans and the spices. Okay, so I just stirred them a little so that all the ajwain gets coated nicely of the potato pieces. And I'm going to cover it and put a timer on for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and check our potatoes. And they're getting nice and golden brown. And that's exactly how you want it. And I cooked it again for 10 minutes at low. And you can see when I put my spatula, it breaks very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and add the spices, and then we'll add the green beans. So this is very simple for spices. All it needs is some salt. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt. And again, you can add it to your taste. 1 teaspoon of red cayenne pepper. And then 1 teaspoon of turmeric. And then 1 teaspoon of the cumin coriander powder. And I can link the video on how to make the cumin coriander powder. I'll link that below so you can see. And all I'm gonna do is stir it, let the spices cook for about 30 seconds, and then we'll add the green beans. And like I've shown you in my other videos, whenever I add spices in oil and it's dry, so not a gravy vegetable, I'm just gonna add a splash of water, so about 1 tablespoon of water, so those spices don't burn, because we do not want the spices to be burned. And I know you feel like you've seen this vegetable dish before. A lot of the base for a lot of the different vegetables are pretty much similar. It's just very the slight nuances come from the spices we used and what couple other vegetables we add. So this, you can use the same potatoes and add spinach to it, and it tastes amazing. So instead of green beans, if you want to just go ahead and add some frozen spinach or fresh spinach and cook it until the potatoes are done, that also tastes amazing. So up till here, you can do a lot of things. You can add peas. They taste amazing as well. You can add onion. I mean, if I just chop up an onion and add to this, that will taste amazing. So that just makes it a potato and onion dish, and that tastes just as well. So up till here, you can, this is a base that is good for many, many different kind of vegetable dish. So today I just happened to make it with green beans. So again, this is very versatile recipe that you can use different things. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my green beans. And because they were sitting out, they're thawed by themselves. I didn't have to do anything to it. So all I'm gonna do is stir this and then let this cook until the potatoes are fully cooked. So another 5 to 7 minutes. I'm gonna put a timer for about 7 minutes and then check at that time. So I'm gonna cover this and put a timer for 7 minutes. So that would be a total of 19 minutes. So the whole thing came together in less than 30 minutes. And our potato green bean dish is almost ready. I'm just going to add just a little bit, like a quarter teaspoon of garam masala. And if you don't have this, you don't have to add it. And then again, because it has turmeric, I'm gonna add black pepper. So I'm gonna go and get some black pepper. And here it is, our potatoes and green bean sabji. Super easy, super delicious. Comes together in under 30 minutes. And like I said, this is a very versatile recipe. You can use spinach instead of the green beans, or you can add peas. That would also taste very delicious. And you can have this with roti, rice, or naan. Either way you eat it, it's really, really delicious. So I hope you enjoy making this dish. Don't forget to share and subscribe to this channel, and I really hope you enjoy cooking this dish. Give it a try.